Hi everyone, and welcome back to Animal Crossing Hard Mode. Now before we jump into the next part of our hard mode adventure, I thought I'd make a quick video to show you my process for making a rock garden. Now at the moment I don't have terraforming yet, and I'm not at the stage of fully designing the island and where everything's going to be permanently, but I do need my rocks all together somewhere so that it's quick and easy to gather from them each day, without continuously having to run around the entire island to hunt them down. So, for the purpose of today's video, I'm just going to be forcing them to spawn in a simple, convenient line on the island, but the same method is going to apply if you want to make a really pretty garden, or to spawn them in a circle, or any other layout or shape that you want. As you can see right here, this is exactly how I wanted to do it for now. So without further ado, let's jump on in and get started, and I'll show you how I made this rock garden. So to get started, I always start by laying out exactly where I want the rocks to spawn. And I find the easiest way to do this is using this default pattern from the custom design section, just to kind of map out where I want the rocks to spawn. Now, the rocks can spawn anywhere where the surrounding 8 tiles are clear of objects, so you need to leave a 1 tile border around each rock where you want them to be. Now, in order to force them to spawn where we want, we also need to make sure that any other tiles on the island where they can spawn are blocked. So think of your island as kind of a grid in a way, and every 4 spaces there needs to be something there to stop the rock from spawning. Now you can do this in so many ways. Some people like to cover their island with weeds or patterns or trees, but it does take a lot of cleanup after when you do it that way. So for me, I found that the quickest and easiest way was with mannequins, and I'm going to show you why a little bit later. But first, we need to mark out exactly where we want them to be. Now, this part isn't entirely necessary. You can place them by eye, but every time I've done that in the past, I found that I've missed spots, or the mannequins never, land exactly where they're meant to, and you have to keep moving them and lining them up. So I just find it a lot easier to mark out the spots I'm going to need them with the shovel first. And I do this for the entire island, but I work on one section at a time. So the good thing is about using the mannequins is the cleanup is going to be instant. So although this part takes a little bit of time to get done, once it's all done and once the rocks are exactly where we want them, cleanup is going to be instant. So that will be fantastic. So once I've placed a hole on every 4th spot, as you can see here, I start by replacing them with the mannequins. Now it's important to use the same design so that much later when we do remove them, we can do it with 1 click rather than trying to remember every single design we used. So as you can see, I'm just using this blank design here, and I'm placing it down as a mannequin on the spot where I dug the hole. Now you do need to do this for your entire island, so the way I do it is just 1 section at a time, and yeah, I mean you can take as long as you need to with this, but I was home with a sickness bug, I didn't have much to do, so it was a perfect time to kind of get this done. So if a spot you need to place a mannequin on has a tree or is next to a river edge or a cliff edge, they act as a natural blockage for the rocks, so they won't be able to spawn there. However, weeds and flowers don't, so if one is in the way where you want to place a mannequin, I suggest simply just moving it so that you can put your mannequin down, because I found out the hard way that it does not stop the rocks from spawning there. So yeah, just move them out the way and place your mannequin down as normal. But once you've covered your entire island, it should look as amazing as this. It's an absolute mess. We're going to move on to the next day and see if our first rock has spawned. But as you can see, it's the next day and our first rock has spawned in exactly where we wanted it. So now we just need to keep doing this, going forward a day at a time, and make sure that they all spawn in these spots until we have all 6, like this. And now comes the easiest part, removing all the mannequins. So all you need to do this is go back into that blank custom design that we used for the mannequins and simply just change it in any way. Now I just do this by quickly filling it with a colour, but it really doesn't matter what you do, just change it in some way, and as you'll see, boom, they all disappear. Isn't that amazing? Because I would not want to run around and pick every single one of those back up. As you can see, our island is now free of mannequins, and we have a lovely, lovely rock garden. Well, rock line, I guess. But you know what I mean. It's looking really good, so it's going to be a lot easier now and a lot more convenient to gather everything we need from the rocks. So I hope you found this helpful if you didn't know how to do this already. But as always, I just want to thank you for watching and thank you for all your support. It really does mean the world. And I will see you in the next part. So thank you again and bye.